prerequisites. System requirements we are discussing. Very basic requirements are there to install SQL Server. Okay. So very simple requirements are there. See, like SQL native client is there basically to establish communication between the client and server machines. Native client, and this native client comes along with the OS. No need to install separately. Then Windows PowerShell is required for us. So Windows PowerShell is there basically like. Yeah, it comes along with the OS. Basically, it is a Windows programming language. We are not working frequently, but some of the activities we can automate using PowerShell. Later, we'll see just briefly. Then say like .NET framework is required. .NET framework also comes along with OS. Okay, no need to install separately. Then see setup support files are required. These are basically temporary files. Okay, so which are copied automatically once we run the setup. Okay, yes. Once the setup is completed, yeah, these files are automatically deleted. These are the temporary files actually, setup support files. Right. Next one say like Windows services are required. This also comes along with OS. No need to install separately. Okay, right. So these are say like any browser is required basically to open the help. Okay, sometimes we need what any browser, which is not compulsory. These are the very basic prerequisites are there to install SQL Server. Okay, very basic prerequisites. In general, remember, like in real time, how will start this installation process? Okay, in real time. So how we are starting this installation process? So just I will try to discuss one time. Okay, just so that you will get the idea like how we are working in real time. And already we know like we have two types of working environments, right? Like almost all we can say three types. One is a standalone environment. Second one is cluster environment. Third one is always on environment, right? Different type of environments are there. But how we know we have to go with the standalone. Standalone means we have single production server, right? Yes. So whether we have to go with SQL cluster, whether we have to go with always on, how we are deciding. So that we'll discuss briefly. Just check here, for example, we'll see about pricing later. So whenever a new project is there, suppose let's say my company is going to take one new project, they wants to launch one new application. Okay, so at that time, say like already we have seen, right? Like if in-house team is there, they will develop the application, but most of the times we'll take the application from the vendors. Suppose let's say my organization is there, Vodafone or VI or Airtel, for example. Let's say we need some application. Okay, we need some application. So what we'll do, like, for this application, so we don't have development team actually, only maintenance team or operations team is there in Airtel, for example. Right. So what we'll do, we'll select some vendor. Let's say vendor is TCS. Okay, means what? They are developing this application for us. Okay, so initially what will happen? Like this Airtel will, yeah, make some advertisement. They will do some bidding. Many vendors, many companies will apply. Right? They will select actually any one vendor. Let's say Airtel, our company has decided that we'll go with TCS. Why? Because already they have experience to develop this type of applications, something. Okay, so what will happen here? Like for this application, remember, a separate team is required, right? In our company, operations team is there, operation team is required, right? So here we have like our application. Generally, we have project manager. So many roles may be there. Later, we'll see confusion may be there. So initially, the project manager, along with the team members, okay, are allotted for this application. This project manager and the team members, what they will do, they will communicate with the vendor regularly. Means what? If something is required, some information is required, so vendor will take the information from this team. Okay, requirement documents, everything. Yeah, AO is application owner, but still the application is in the development phase, right? Still it is not launched. That's why generally it is not decided. Application owner is not decided still. Or we can say that this project manager is the application owner right now, for example. Means once it is live, once the application is live, then the application owner is decided. Okay, Varun, right. So now, sir, like, see, as part of this requirement or discussion with the vendor, our team also will participate the initial meetings. Why? Because vendor will say that we'll maintain this database in this type of environment. Our team will validate whether the environment will work or not in our company. Okay, according to our company policies, this environment will work or not. Okay, and if any changes are required, they will make, means our people, our operations team can make some recommendations. Generally, indirectly, we have to understand, will also be there in the initial meetings with the vendor. Mm. Means what? From our team, any one member will participate along with our manager, any one senior person. No, no, no. See, manager is from Airtel only. This project manager is from here only, our company. They also, they may have their own project managers. Their setup is different. That is no need for us, for example. Okay, right. So now say like, yeah, once discussions are going on, development, application development is going on. So everything is done or the application is ready, right? With the vendor, remember, application is ready. So then what we'll do? So our project manager will ask our team, DBA team, to install SQL Server. Generally, say this project manager, they will ask our team, DBA team, to install SQL Server. Okay, but see, we have to install SQL Server in which machine, whether standalone server or cluster or always on. Okay, with how much RAM is required, how many CPUs are required, what may be the initial database size. Okay, which edition, which version is required, like standard 2016 version, 2019 version, 2017 version, which edition is required. Like we have topmost edition is there, enterprise edition. Okay. Topmost edition, enterprise edition, which supports all features of SQL Server. After that, we have standard edition. We'll discuss that editions later. So remember, like how we know means which type of installation we have to go with, standalone or cluster or always on. Okay. So that's why remember, like whenever the project manager is asking our team to install SQL Server, generally what we'll do, submit the we'll submit say like the project team or project manager one server. We can say different names may be there in different organizations. So server provisioning form, something we can say. Okay, or new server form, some things here. Means what? Like we'll submit the form so that they will fill all the details. So project manager or their team will fill all the details. What details? What is the project ID? Okay, so what is the project name? What is the means a short description of the project. Okay, then coming to our SQL Server, which version they need. Okay, so which edition, so how much RAM, how many CPUs, whether it's standalone or cluster or always on. See, all these details they will fill in this project form. Okay, project form or project questionnaire. So what they will do, our project manager, the team will fill what, all the details they will submit to our team. Clear, right? Means tomorrow he is asking in the interview how you decide whether you want to go with standalone environment or cluster environment or always on environment. For example, the interviewer is asking how you are going to decide whether you want to go with standalone or always on. What is the answer? Ravi Verma, what is the answer for this question? Varun Kumar Yadav. We have two people. Murli Krishna understood what is the answer. We have to means what he is asking. SQL Server supports what standalone environment where we have single production server, cluster environment where we have group of servers. Okay, always on environment where we have group of servers. How you decide whether you have to go with standalone or cluster, he is asking in the interview. What would be the answer? Yeah. Varun Kumar is saying very clearly, yes. So means what? It depends on the project manager or project requirement. Yeah, application owner requirement. Why? Because we are supporting people, right? So whatever they want, we can implement in the back end. We can support, but we are not going to decide. So again, this means what in the project questionnaire new project form, they will fill all the details. Again, our project manager will take these details from the vendor. Why? Because vendor knows exactly. So the application works with what settings of database server. Means in our database server, how much RAM is required, how many CPUs, whether it should be standalone or cluster, or vendor knows. Why? Because they have developed the application, right? Vendor will submit the details to project manager. They will submit the details to our team. Means what? Once we receive this project form, we can verify one time which type of setup they are asking. Okay, so accordingly, we'll ask our Windows team, our system team, or we can say planning team. Different teams may be there in real time. So confusion may be there. Just for easy understanding, I'm saying Windows team. So our teams here, once everything is correct, once the form, all the fields are there correctly, so then will our DBA team will submit the request to planning team or Windows team, we can say, or system team. So to create a server, right? We need the server, right, to start installation. And generally, this Windows team will create the server, what we are asking. Means with how much RAM, how many number of CPUs, with those parameters here, our Windows team will create the server. Okay, so once the server is ready, right? So if you have set cluster, in cluster how many servers we want, everything will mention. Even we mention the drive specifications also. I need D drive with this size, E drive with this size, M drive with this size, K drive with this size. All those drive specifications also will mention and will send the mail to the Windows team. Okay, means what? Drive specifications, how much RAM, how many CPUs, those things will check here, right, in the project form. So by using those details, yeah, we have to will decide the drive specifications. So we'll write the mail to the Windows team. We need this server with this OS, okay, with this RAM, with this number of CPUs. Okay, you enable like this feature at OS level, you grant RDP access to our DBA team, that like some points will write in the email. Okay. Okay, so means what, like drive specifications I will show you later, but remember that that's why memory, number of CPUs, whether it's standalone or cluster. Okay, so drive specifications and what other features should be enabled in the machine. With those points, remember, we'll write mail to the planning team, Windows team, for example. Okay, once the Windows team is saying the server is ready, Windows team or planning team, they will take some time actually, 1 day, 2 days, something. So once the server is ready, okay, yeah, yeah, they will say that Windows team will send the mail back to our team that the server is ready. Understood, right? By taking the project form from project manager, we'll analyze it, then we'll submit the request to Windows team. So while submitting request to Windows team, sometimes they will also send us one form to fill sometimes. Okay, I'm not going into that later. We'll see. Initially confusion may be there. Okay, so here she will mention how much memory is required. Okay, how many CPUs, which OS we need in the server, what are the drive specifications, how many drives with how much capacity, okay, what features, OS level features should be enabled. So those things will mention here in the email. We'll send the server request to our planning team, Windows team. Once they create the server, once they create the server, they will send the reply back to our team. The server is ready with this host name, with this IP address, with this RAM, with this number of CPUs, with this drives. Okay, they will reply back to our team. Okay, once we got the reply from Windows team that the server is ready, what I will do, I will connect to the server, means I will take RDP of the server. Generally, we have some tools are there. Later we'll see, like we have safeguard. Most of the companies are using today's here one tool called safeguard to take what RDP. Means what? I will go to run, I will just direct RDP we can take, but in real time direct RDP is not allowed for security reasons. We'll connect to a tool called safeguard, for example. There we'll type the server name or IP address. From there, we'll take what? RDP. RDP is nothing but what? Remote desktop. Okay. After taking RDP, okay, then what we'll do? Yeah, we'll start the installation process. Okay, so we'll copy the software into the machine, into one of a drive, for example. After that, here, we'll start installation process. Okay, yeah. So next year, after that, once the server is ready, take RDP of the server. Means our team will take what? RDP of the server. After taking RDP of the server, RDP, I think most of the people know, right? I will also show you here. After taking RDP of the server, copy the software. Means we'll maintain one separate server for our team purpose. Okay, in that machine, in that server, we'll maintain the softwares. From that machine, we'll copy the software, SQL Server software, plus latest patches also. Means SQL, not OS, I'm saying. After copying the software with latest patch, then we'll start the installation process. Okay. Yes. Once the installation is done successfully, we'll send the mail back. Okay. Once the installation is done, once we apply latest patch, what we'll do, we'll check where our DBA team is able to access this server or not. Okay, accessible. Then once the installation is completed, then remember we'll send the response back to whom? This project manager. Okay, the database server is ready. Okay. Yes, sir, we'll send the reply back. We'll respond to project team or project manager, for example, that the database server is ready. Okay. So once we say our database server is ready, then they will start the application deployment, some front-end part deployment. That is different story. That is not required for us. Okay, just up to here we have to limit actually. So see, this is see how we are going to install SQL Server. Directly nobody will ask you install SQL Server. Install means which version, which edition, which server, how we know, right? That's very much like that's why which type of installation, everything we are deciding by using this project form, questionnaire form, which is shared by our project manager. Very fastly, once again, I'm going through. If any confusion is there, feel free to type in the chat panel. See, directly I can start installation by running the setup next, completed. No need to tell this total story actually, right? But this is required. Tomorrow, once you enter in an organization, you should know this process also, which is very important for us. Maybe little bit some company to company, some difference may be there, but this is the common process I am discussing. Okay, after that, sir, once we get the project form, project questionnaire from project manager, we'll verify it. We'll will submit the requirements to Windows team or planning team. They will create the server. Generally, remember today, all the most of 99% are virtualization, right? Virtual servers only with VMware or something, 99%. Okay, so they will create the server. After creating the server, they will send the mail to our team that server is ready. So we'll check the details, we'll take RTP, we'll copy the software into this server. Generally, we'll maintain in a shared location softwares or SQL softwares. Copy this into software SQL, then continue the installation. Okay, and already we know. So as part of installation, it is a two-step process. First step is database engine will install. Second step is SSMS. But in some organizations, remember, we won't install SSMS, only database engine will install. Anyhow, SSMS is there in our workstation, in our laptop, in our desktop. From there, we'll connect. But in some organizations, both will install database engine and SSMS tool. Right, right. Once it is done, we have seen that we'll send the confirmation mail to the project manager. Okay, one question is there. Windows team will create server or environment to install SQL, install server. Yeah, same thing. Server they will create actually with a virtual server generally. They will make the environment ready also. What are the prerequisites we are asking? All those prerequisites, they will make it ready. So that our DBA team can take RTP of the server. We can start the installation process. Okay. Any questions are there? Maybe some people, if you have any confusion, feel free to type in the chat panel. Yeah, anything, same like TeamViewer is there, right? Like, so with TeamViewer also we can take what? The other machine desktop, right? Same thing, we have some softwares are there to take what? RDP, remote desktop. Yeah, RDP is a remote desktop protocol, is there? Basically to, means let's say you want to start working in my laptop, you can take RDP of my laptop, you can start installation, you can start working. Okay, that is the purpose of RDP. Taking the other machine in our control. Okay, to start working with, that is the RDP. In Linux, maybe you have seen SSH something protocol is there. Here we have RDP. Right. I will show you anyhow in the tomorrow's class how we are taking. Directly, I will show you here how to take directly RTP. One question is there, like I have installed SQL Server in root directory. I can open only two folders. Those are bin and install. Unable to open other. No, you can open if you have Windows admin privileges. Just double click on it. It will say you want to continue something. You click on continue. So it will open, no problem. Yeah, otherwise, you can share me your desktop. I will see. No need to worry. Okay. Any question? This process understood all people or confusion is there? One question is that can we install 2016, 17 and 19 in same machine? Yeah, same machine we can install. You can install latest SSMS. With latest SSMS, you can work with 16, 17, 19 also. Varun Kumar. Okay, yeah, Dasari, just 1 minute. You can share the desktop. Any questions are there, please? Feel free to ask. I already have said if any simple doubt is there, immediately you have to ask me. I will never say no. Okay. Even you ask same question tomorrow also, my job is to answer. That's why feel free to ask so that I can understand whether you are following or not. So if you are not following, I will not discuss real time. Okay, I will just go through the subject, but it's compulsory. Okay, so I will not skip these things. It is compulsory actually. This real time understanding, real time process also compulsory for us. That's why if you have confusion, ask me 10 times. I can repeat also. No need to worry. 10 times also I can repeat. Okay, so yeah, no problem. Now once you can go through the recording. If any confusion is there, please make a note. Make a note. Doubts you can make a note and send me WhatsApp message. Okay. One question is there: what is the role of DB engine and SSMS? See, already we know, right? DB engine is nothing but our database server, which process the queries, select command, update command. But SSMS is a tool through which we are submitting the queries, right? As a DBA, I will open SSMS. Okay, through SSMS, I will connect to database engine or database server, right? DB engine is our database server. SSMS is a tool through which we are connecting. Right? This is through SSMS, I'm connecting to database server or database engine. Anything is same. Right. Okay. Got it, right? Any other questions are there? Today, I think some new participants are there. Priyanka and Satyendra, right? Tiwari, I think previously you have attended Tiwari. Mm. Notes already have uploaded module 1 notes. If you can go through that. Yeah, you can download the notes. Already have said you can download the notes, but we can't download the recordings. So you can go through the notes. Already in IT school, already have uploaded. You can see that in IT school. If you log into the, can see the course. You can see your course actually. Just 1 second, I will show you. If anyone is unable to access still, just send the message to Geeta. She will grant the permissions. Okay. Yeah, who has enrolled for the course, you can, she will grant the permissions. Once again, I will show you. In general, say like, let me save this picture. Okay. I will share this picture also. Second. Yeah, saved successfully. Right.